I ain't at the die to meet the devil. Just fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. And we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't at the die to meet the devil. I remember I was only 13 when I met the demon. Gave me a deuce and a bundle of cocaine. Told me to sell to my people, make sure you keep them feeding. If any try to shoot you, make sure that you leave them naked. He said, I'm gonna hold you down when problems pop up. How you got me moving this dope? Want me in lockup? He said, don't you want the best vertical with the top up? Stop, bitch, you get in that kitchen, let it rock up. Bitches love the dope boy, especially when it's pop up. I know you know Ron. The plug from by the block up. I'll tell you a little secret, make sure that you keep your mouth shut. Ron got a Lexus, crib in Philly and Texas. Tripped the little Bahamas, just got up before his mama. They fucking up in comments, be honest, he seen decent dope. I hear you, but I just seen Ron about a week ago. Fat, he ain't looking too good, his knees is kinda slow. I asked him why the struggle, he got stuck up for his bundle. But them 6-hour tips in his legs what made him crumble. At least he got the house, mama is living good. Said the feds took it all, he right back in the hood. I say you try to play me, you gave us crack in the 80s. Made us support our babies and making hoes out of ladies. I know you got me gravy, but Satan, you must be crazy. It's gonna take more than them cars wanna amaze me. I seen niggas shoot for the stars, but being lazy. Never get their head at the clouds, so you don't face me. I guarantee that you gon' regret it. Remember I said it. No, you could dead it. What you saying? I can't win? No, devil, nice try. So until we meet again, I ain't at the die to meet the devil. Just fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. And we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't at the die to meet the devil. I ain't religious or superstitious, but we've been getting fucked and put to the side like a mistress. Police patrol the why because prison became a business. They murder on the balls and they start talking about forgiveness. We think that it's alright because we got public assistance. If this ain't hell, dog, what is this? Where was all lives mattered when they killed Osama? There was no peace talk like the Dalai Lama. Bush dropping bombs saying he gon' bring the drama. They got justice, man, they even caught the Boston bomber. But when we ride, they send the military in armor. When we fight oppression, then our people die martyr. You reap what you sow, some people call it karma. When Christ return, y'all gon' get this harvest like a farmer. Don't tell me don't bring up the past no more. They still trying to settle the score with a side of Shakur. I changed my life and I'm just trying to live life right. But at night I look behind me and see flashing lights, patting me down. You got nothing that's poking me right. I don't smoke or push pills, I gave up my vice. So Mr. Officer, why you wanna take my life? And your honor, why you gave a homeboy's life? I've been wondering why you shot a homeboy twice. Pussy with a gun screaming out that he got a knife. He came from my baby's spot, it was chicken and rice. Shit's tripe, I'm just giving visuals like Skype. Ask Trayvon, Mike Brown, the Hot Girlie, Eric Garner, Sean Bell, Philando, Olden, Sterling, Jaquan McDonald. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. I ain't at the die to meet the devil. You just fell and landed in the ghetto. Take a second, we reflecting with the light, but this look like my fucking living. Wouldn't trade it to be white, now that's alright. I got the right and bunch of devils redefining work. Someday you'll pay the price. No, I don't break a fold, I need and make the dough and recreate the flow. They think they making dough, but they forsake it so essential. But mentals get your issue, guess who's on this mental with you? Damn, if we was family, you unread and call it spam. I'm not a fan of Antichrist, they slate the man. I swayed the 10 like here I am, the son of Sam. Take your shot to David Berkowitz. Pussy. this New York state of mind. They say it's not no not the actor, but the year we set for now. One thing in mind to grind until this gavel turn this words of mirth from Babel. Shalom, sis. Y'all Jamal Tabashmi Ashar. Going down. Everything cool up. Gonna get started in just a second. Just with the shit they try and fail. They buy and sell, but really you might as well. It's a cold day in hell times two. You're the seed of your father, nigga, not a part of you. I'm a few seasons in the animated cartoons. One body harpoon through the melanin. Refusal of the medicine is started to my brethren. Perpetual middle fingers pointed at your reverend until the day I died. It's my regimen. You worry about the Nephilim. I focus on my daughters in Michigan. Flint, barely get poked. The river still off of their 10%. Yeah, though the situation's grim. Georgia with the poses. The Lord is a man of war. His habitation is Goshen. His cell is the lowest. He hear our voices and see our choices. You're better off with the roaches. They fucking you with a Trojan. You call it a bed of roses. All sacrilegious and bogus. They voted. You thought you was the sheep and really used the toilet. This is sanity repeated. They put a nigga secret. We can see it once again to this European demon. Go to war in the pandemic. Freedom is saying quitting. Come on, boy. I'm a cop. Cause I soldier to the last minute. All these thuggies and huggies quick to us within the Dutchy commanded general. Your honor raises ruthless and bloody. Hit the dirt. Bottom of fringes and my boots is getting muddy. But the money ain't a thing unless my bread was good. I ain't gotta dance, I just take orders. Too easy to be a coward, I can't change course. Same story like Adam and Eve. Found out they was making trial swords and leaves. I'm just trying to sow what I reap. If the blind lead the blind, then that hole gon' be deep. It's the work of the Lord. God rolling my sleeves. Went from digging up evil, nigga, and rolling up weed. I know what I see. My people destroyed y'all. Who gave you that white image? People destroyed y'all. Feel like Marvin Gaye. Tell me what's going on. Yesterday I seen this black man, I know overdose. Same day DMX died, hell is cold. If you value what they teach, you'll never grow. Black man got more value than precious gold. Be careful of this world, it'll snatch your soul. All right, go ahead and get started. Let me see something right quick. Make sure the live is cool or live is too wild. All right, Shalom Israel. This is the Israelite School of UPK, start out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. I'm Nasa Zab, Officer of 500. Today is Wednesday night law class. You already know, man, we back at it. I'm saying another week. You know what I'm saying? Thank the Most High. You understand? Shalom, Lord Christ, all the brothers and sisters tuning in. Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Brakatah, all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Tabashim Yahshua, all the sisters. If you new into the class, you know what I'm saying, make sure you put your name, city, and state so I can mark you down for attendance. I mention every week how important that is for you to get marked down on the attendance so you can start your 90 days and becoming a new trooper or a new brother and sister in the school. You understand? Because this is the Lord is with the ISUPK, man. You understand? It's not a light thing to come in here and get a name and change your life. You understand? Like the Lord is totally with the ISUPK under Commander Junior Yohana. You understand? We really waking up and trying to build that 144,000 so Christ return. You understand? And not only that, we trying to build our nation right now. We not waiting for Christ's return. You understand? We trying to build and change our people right now. You understand? So it's important for you to be a part of this. You understand? And not just sit on the sidelines and just watch. You understand? Come in here and do your 90 days. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't fight your demons by yourself, you understand? You got brotherhood in here. You got sisterhood in here. Brothers and sisters will help you in here. And the more you come around, you understand, to our high holy days and to our Sabbath services and just the class, and the more you tune into classes, you understand, and take those notes and really try to apply what's being said and try to apply what you're learning, you understand, you will start to see a change in your life. You understand? But yeah, that's a whole nother story. Today's topic is idol worship. You understand? We gonna get a few stories on that. We gonna pull, you know what I'm saying? We gonna pull a lot of precepts on it. You understand? The Lord say precept must be upon precept. You understand? So then I'm gonna get the breakdown of what idolatry is. You understand what idol worship is? What does it mean to worship images? You understand? Molten images, idol work. We're gonna get the whole breakdown on it. You understand? Because why this is so heavy, why this class is so heavy. You understand? Because first off, today is Wednesday night law class. You understand? This is against the law of God to worship another God. It's against the laws of God to worship a graven image or a molten image. You understand? It's against the laws of God. But in this society, in American society, you already know this is an evil kingdom. Everything about America is evil, man. You understand? Even from the things that you think is innocent, like celebrating birthdays and Christmases and all that. Even from the littlest things that you think is light, it's evil. You understand? Everything about this nation is evil. And guess what? In return, they teach black people how to be evil. They teach Hispanic people how to be evil. They teach the Native American Indians how to be evil. You understand? How do they do that? By teaching us to be like them. You understand? When you everybody see that cross on everybody's neck, you understand? Like Lil Boosie, he got, that big image of Jesus Christ that's over there in Brazil. That's probably looking over the whole damn near Central America. The damn image is so goddamn big. You understand? Lil Boosie, the rapper, you understand? He got a whole image, and that's gold. It ain't gold plated. It's solid gold of that white man that they depicted as Jesus. His real name is Cedric Borgia. You understand? But that image that you see in your grandma's house, that you see on billboards, that you see in churches
You know what I'm saying, that you see tattooed on everybody's body, that is a graven image. You understand? But in Lil Boosie case, it's a molten image. And what's the difference between the two? A graven image is something that you carve, like you carve in the rock. You understand? Or you carve into some wood or something like that. A molten image is you melting something down like gold and making a cross, or making Cedric Borgia's face, the white Jesus' face. You understand? Or you melt down silver and you make his face and you worship it. You know, so every time a Christian in trouble, what's the first thing that they do? They grab that cross and they get to looking up, man. Please, God, please, man. I hope I don't get shot. Or please, God, I hope I, you know what I'm saying, get this house. And they kiss the image, and you know what I'm saying, tuck it. And man, that's a graven image. That's a molten image, man. And and to have those items and to have those things is completely unlawful, and it's against God. You understand? And though you think you praying to God and He hear your prayers because you got that cross on, He does not hear your prayers. You understand? Because you are committing a sin. And what does the Most High say about that? Most High said He don't hear the prayers of sinners. You understand? You ain't supposed to have those images. And you know who you get that from? You go, you first off, you know you got it out of slavery. You got it from your oppressor. And guess what? Every nation, they always had to, in order for you to say that you had a God, you had to present something to be your God. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't just say you had a God, because back then, during the time of all these other nations, when they was in rulership, it was weird to say that you had a God that you could not see. You understand? It was like, "Nigga, you got a God that you can't see? What the hell are you talking about? Here's my God right here. This ram's horn, this my God." I'm saying, when I blow, it make a loud noise, and I feel good after that. That's how other nations was. You understand? And that's why you even see it today. The Asians got Buddha. They come and bring Buddha food. They bring this nigga donuts and chick. They bring this nigga all type of food at that damn altar, whatever the hell you want to call it. And they sit there and bow to him and worship. You know what I'm saying? Muslims, what they do, they bang their hand on a damn rug 5 times a day, know what I'm saying? For a damn rock. Because that's all Allah is. It's a damn rock. You understand? Who else? Christianity. You understand? They walk around with crosses, get it tattooed on their body. It's all in their house everywhere. You understand? And that's not God. Those images and those molten and graven images, they profit you nothing. You know what I'm saying? God is not on your side more because you have these images. You know how I know? Because black people, Hispanic, Native American Indians, we Muslim and Christian. And guess what? We totally destroyed. We totally destroyed in our community. You understand? And we more Christian than anybody on this earth. We more Muslim than anybody on this earth. And guess what? We still destroyed. But the white man, he's a Christian too. And guess what? He's wealthy. You understand? He's well off. He ain't got to worry about struggling in the ghetto. You understand? The Muslims, the real Muslims, the Arabs, they worship Allah too. They worship that rock too. But guess what? They thriving. And whether it's in their country or America, they thriving. Black people, you try to worship those images, and they don't do nothing but destroy you even more. You understand? Black people go to jail, become Muslims, go to jail. They go to jail, become Muslims, and get out of jail worse than what the hell they went into jail for. Because then they go to jail and find out, like, damn, I can serve God. I can be not the real God, but I can be a Muslim and still sell dope. I can be a Muslim and sell crack. Nigga, yeah, I'm about to serve this guy. You understand? Christians do the same thing. They go to jail, and you understand, they stressed out because they fighting life, or they fighting the case, and this they second time, they're a 2-time felon, they got 2 strikes. You know what I'm saying? They try to find God. They try to find the person that they think can get them out of the situation. So then they become Christian. You understand? And then they see everybody in there that's Christians, and guess what? You still get to smoke weed. You still get to smoke cigarettes. You still get to sell drugs. You still get to be homosexual. Because according to Christians, God said, "Come as you are." You don't have to change when you serve another God. You don't have to change when you worship and you bow down to graven images and molten images. But the God of this Bible, it requires you to change. You understand? It requires you to change, man. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna get that right quick. Let's see where I'm gonna start off at. Let's go to let's go to Daniel's. Let's go to Daniel's 3 and 12. And I seen Captain Dar that's over California, Arizona, Las Vegas. You understand? Seattle. I seen him going over this last week, and I'm like, man, I got to double back and go over this because that was heavy. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to Daniels right quick. Let's go to Daniels. Salakia. But yeah, like I said, man, this is something that's heavy in the Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian community. You understand? We worship graven images and false idols, and you know what I'm saying. We worship other gods, and it don't profit us nothing in doing that. All right. All right. So let's start at Daniel's chapter 3, verse 9. All right. It said Daniel chapter 3, verse 9. They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Verse 10. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, the harp, the sackbut, the psaltery, the dulcimer, and all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the golden image. You understand? So you see that this is during the king. This is during the time of Daniel. You understand? And the king Nebuchadnezzar, he had made a decree throughout all his land and all his provinces that if you hear the flute, you know what I'm saying, if you hear the harp, if you hear the sackbut, the pulse, the psaltery, if you hear any kind of music, you're supposed to fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up as God. You're supposed to fall down and worship this image anytime you hear any music. You understand? You have to worship this image as God. And he had made that decree through all his provinces. And at this time he was basically the king of all the whole world. You understand? At this time he ruled every single nation at this time. And he made a decree that throughout every nation, when you hear music, you're supposed to fall down and worship this golden image. And whosoever falleth not down and worshipeth that he should be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And it said, for the people who don't fall down and worship this image, they're supposed to be cast into a fiery furnace. You understand? They're supposed to be burned alive if they don't fall down and worship this image. You understand? Verse 12. It said, there are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon. You know what I'm saying? So then you got a heathen that's trying to tell on certain Jews, because he said it's certain Jews. You understand, that ain't listening to what you're saying. They're not listening to that decree that you made, saying that everybody got to worship this image. They doing whatever the hell they want to do. So you got this heathen telling on the certain Jews at this time. You understand? And it said, there are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, and these certain Jews, they was over certain provinces at this time. They would be like senators or mayors at this time. You know what I'm saying? Like Captain Gadar was bringing out, like it's not unlawful for you to be a mayor or a senator or you know what I'm saying, or anything like that. But sometimes it ain't. Most of the time it don't work because you have to conform into society. You know what I'm saying? You might have to shave your beard. You might have to celebrate Christmases. You might have to do all these different things that the God of our Bible is against. So nine times out of 10, it's not going to work. But it's not unlawful for you to be a mayor or senator or something like that. So what I'm saying is that Daniel at this time, him and the other, some of the Jews, they was over certain provinces at this time, right? And it said, province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So, Daniel, you understand, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He said that they don't fall down, and when they hear this music, they don't fall down and worship this golden image like you told them to, like you told everybody in your province to do. He said these brothers right here, these Jews, these Hebrews, they not doing it. They the only ones in your provinces that ain't doing it. You understand? They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. He said, they serve not thy God, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. They knew that you could. They knew that, cause and then why was they not serving their gods? They wasn't bowing down serving their God because they know according to our customs, according to our Bible, that you're not supposed to serve another God. You ain't supposed to fall down and worship no image or no mold image or image made by any man's hands. You understand? The Lord and God that we serve, he wasn't made by a man's hands. You understand? The Lord that we serve made the heavens and the earth. And this is something that they knew at this time. You understand? And they was like, man, we ain't falling out worshiping no image. You understand? Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said to them, is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? So he was like, man, hey, bring them before me. You said they ain't serving my God. You know what I'm saying? Bring them before me. I need to talk to them right quick. So then when they came, it was like he asked them, like, do y'all serve my gods or no? And then you see, verse 15. Now if ye be ready, that all what time ye hear all the sounds of the cornet, the flute, harp, sackbut, the psaltery, the dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? So he was like, man, look, if when you hear this music playing and y'all don't fall down and worship my God, then I'm gonna cast y'all into the furnace. I'm gonna burn y'all alive. That's what's gonna happen to y'all. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said unto the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. So they said, look, man, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We can't tell you that we're going to serve your God because you threatening us right now. We can't just tell you like, man, yeah, we're going to serve your God because you threatening us. You understand? We not going to do it because we know that our God is going to deliver us out of that fiery furnace. And you know something else that you learn from this? It lets you know that no matter what position or how rich you is, you know what I'm saying, in America, you supposed to take your integrity to the grave with you. You understand? Just like Daniel, Abednego, Meshach, and Shadrach did. Like they didn't conform into the society that was over them, and to the nation that was above them, and get afraid because they threatened them with death and said, you know what, we're gonna serve your God. They didn't do that. They said, you know what, it is what it is. We gotta die for this. You know what I'm saying? I guess we're gonna die for it. That's the type of spirit Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian is supposed to have. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be willing to die serving your God if it come down to that. You understand? That's what you supposed to do. You ain't supposed to be like the baby and all these other, like the baby made statements about, I guess he made statements about the gay community. And then they said, man, you need to retract what you said. We're gonna take the money from they threatened him with they threatened his financial success by saying they're gonna cut him off from all these different streams and platforms. And guess what he did? That nigga tightened up real quick. He was like, man, I apologize. You understand? I didn't mean I didn't mean to affect the gay community. You know what I'm saying? He apologized to him. You understand? But guess what? Meshach and Shadrach and Abednego and Daniel, they wouldn't have did that. They would have said that, look, man, our God said if you're a homosexual, you're going to get put to death. Our God said you need to repent. You should not be a homosexual. You understand? That's the type of spirit that you got to have. And guess what? Guess who got that spirit today? The ISUBK got that spirit today. You understand? We ain't not finna apologize for nothing. You ain't finna scare us into serving your God. You know what I'm saying? If we got to die behind the things that we teach, if we got to die serving the Lord, that's what we going to do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to keep reading. And it said, if it be so, he said, if it be so, he said, man, look, if that's what you want to do, you want to try to kill us, man, we ain't tripping because we know our Lord going to save us. And so our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. He said, regardless, even if our God don't save us, we not bowing down. What do you say? that we will not serve thy gods. He said, we ain't gonna serve your gods. Whether our God save us or not, we ain't gonna serve your God. Nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. He said, well, look, we ain't gonna serve the golden image which you set up either. I'm saying we gonna be if you want to kill us behind this, then you gonna have to kill us. You understand? Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 17 times more than it was wont to be heated. So he said, man, to heat this furnace up to 1,000 degrees. You understand? They finna get burnt alive, and we gonna see if they God saved them like they think. You know what I'm saying? Since he telling me that I'm worshiping the idol, since he telling me he ain't gonna serve my God, you understand? But what did he say though? He said, and the form of his visage was changed against him, meaning that he was like, you know what? I know I put y'all over my provinces and I had faith in y'all and all that. That's out the window now. You understand? Now I'm thinking about how I'm gonna hurt y'all. Now I'm thinking about how I'm gonna destroy y'all for telling me that y'all not gonna serve my God and disrespecting me to my face. It said, then was let me see Slakia, verse 20, and he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Then those men were bound in those coats and those Slakia. I said, then these men were bounded in their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the fiery furnace. Verse 22. So then he ended up tossing the brothers in the furnace like he said he was going to do. All right. Therefore, because the king commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceedingly hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And because the king was so mad, and he wanted them to burn, throw them in the furnace so bad, you understand? He told his whatever servants he had to bring him to the furnace and throw him in there. But he was so urgent that when they try to bring the Shadrach and Abednego to the furnace, the people that was trying to lead them to the furnace, they ended up getting burnt up by the furnace. You understand? Because it was so hot. Then Nebuchadnezzar, the king was astonished and rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, did not we cast three bound in the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. He answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt, and the form of the fourth is like the Son of God. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the fiery furnace, and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High God, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego came forth from the midst of the fire, and the princes and the governors and the captains and the king's counselors, being gathered together, saw these men, upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was an a hair of their heads singed. Neither was their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them. So he threw these brothers in the furnace, and the people that he had taken to the furnace, they ended up getting burnt up. So they sitting there looking like, what the hell? And then they look and they see that while Neshach, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was in the furnace, they not burnt. They not getting burnt like how the dudes that was bringing them to the furnace got burnt alive. He seen them. He was like, man, these niggas ain't even getting burnt. What the hell? And then he looked closer, and he see a fourth person. And he like, who the hell is it? And he start asking his advisors and his counselors and stuff and his governor, like, hey, didn't we put only 3 people in the furnace? And they was like, yeah. He's like, well, why I see a fourth person? You understand? He seen it was an angel in there that was protecting them from getting burnt. You understand? And they said, no, the smell on them didn't change. Not a hair on their body got burnt by that fire. You know what I'm saying? That they was completely untouched being in that furnace because the angel with them. You understand? That's who that fourth person was. And after King Nebuchadnezzar seeing this, he said, man, what did he say? Ye servants of the Most High God, come forth and come hither. He said, man, look, y'all serve a real God. Because look, what did they tell him? They told him that, hey, look, you can throw us in this furnace, but our God gonna save us out of your hands. Even if he don't, we still not gonna serve your God. We still not gonna bow down to that molten image, to that golden image. You understand? We still going to keep our integrity and take our integrity to the grave with us. You understand? We ain't gonna hinder from what the Lord told us to do. And then, but it was right. The Lord ended up saving them from the fiery furnace. And in return, all these heathens, all his advisors, who did it say was there again? It said, and the princes, the governors, the captains, and the king's counselors being gathered together saw these men. You know what I'm saying? So all his advisors, his governors, his captains, his princes, and all these kings and counselors, they seen these brothers come out this furnace, and it was like, damn, you know what? They serve a real living. The God that they serve is a living God. You understand? They serve a living God. You understand? Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants that trust in him, and have changed the king's word and yielded their bodies, that they might not serve nor worship any God except their own God. You understand? And after that, he was like, man, bless y'all God. The God that y'all serve is a living God. You understand? I cast y'all into this furnace, and y'all came out alive. Y'all came out untouched. Y'all serve a real God. Bless y'all and y'all God. You understand? And that's the type of spirit that Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians got to have in this captivity. Because just like these brothers right here, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they was in captivity too. You understand? And so we got to learn from brothers like this. And this is the type of spirit that we have to have being in this captivity. You understand? Because America is the land of our captivity. You understand? And and that's why the scriptures say the things, I'm paraphrasing, the things that was written before time was written for our learning. You understand? You're supposed to read stories about brothers like this who took their integrity to the grave with them, who stood strong, who stood diligent. You understand? And didn't hinder and wasn't afraid of death, afraid of serving another God because they threatened them. You know, so you're supposed to learn from stories like that, and you're supposed to you're supposed to have that type of spirit. You understand? And guess what that spirit is today in ISUPK? You understand? You can't get us to smoke weed, no matter what you say. You can't get us to sell drugs. You can't get us to sleep with a heathen woman. You understand? You can't get us to be a homosexual, even though that's the law of the land now. You know what I'm saying? According to American law, two men can marry and have sex. According to the laws of America, you can cut your rod off, you take pills and grow breasts, and you know what I'm saying? And that's the law of the land. Guess what? We won't obey those laws. You understand? We gonna take our integrity to the grave with us, man. You understand? Because we got the spirit like these brothers in this Bible. You understand? What Most High in Christ, Shalom in Christ, young man. Good to see you tuning in the class. You understand? Right now we in Daniels, but yeah, we gonna drop that and we gonna get Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon and the Apocrypha. You understand? Because it's all over this Bible that the Lord don't want us serving other gods or serving other images. Because guess what? That's what these other nations have always done. That's why the title of this class is "The Gods of the Other Nations Are Idols." These other nations, they don't have a real God. You understand? And that's why it's so disrespectful for you to try to serve a God that they created with their hands, that they created with their imagination. It's disrespectful to your power. It's disrespectful to your God who literally created the heavens and the earth. You know what I'm saying? We didn't create our God. Our God didn't come from our imagination. We serve a living power. You understand? That literally created the heavens and the earth. That really takes life and gives life. You understand? That's the God that we serve. These other nations don't have no God. That's why they have to make up images. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Chinese worship a fat dude with orange on called Buddha. You understand? They worship a true religion God. You understand? That's why the Muslims worship a rock, because they have to create a God. You understand? Because they don't have no God. You understand? So let me get Wisdom of Solomon right quick. We're gonna go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15. We're gonna start at verse 1. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15, verse 1. But thou, O God, art gracious and true, long suffering, and in mercy, ordering all things. What's up, sorry? I'm gonna read that again. It said, but thou, O God, art gracious and true, long suffering, and mercy, ordering all things. You understand? We serve a true God, man. That's who the Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians serve. We serve a true God. We serve a God that's long suffering, that's merciful. You understand? Verse 2. For if we sin, we are thine, knowing thy power, but we will not sin, knowing that we are counted thine. You see that? What did he say? I'm gonna read that again. For if we sin, we are thine, knowing thy power, but we will not sin. So when your Christian pastor tell you to come as you are, you understand that God hears your prayers, no matter if you're a sinner or if you're perfect. You understand? What did he say? But we will sin not. Man, that's what you tell them Christian pastor. That's what you tell your Christian pastor. That's what you tell people in the world. We not gonna sin. Is that not what Meshach and Abednego just did? And in Daniel's, and they threatened them brothers with death. And guess what they said? They said we will not sin. Even though you threatening us with throwing us into the fire, we will not sin. You understand? So when your Christian pastor tell you to come as you are and you can do what you want to do and you can live an alternative lifestyle, look at you about to tell him that we will not sin. You understand? That's what we say in ISUPK. You understand? Knowing that we are counted thine. Let me see. Verse 3. For to know thee is perfect righteousness. Yea, to know thy power is the root of immortality. You know what I'm saying? Because to know the Most High is perfect righteousness. You know what I'm saying? How do you know the Most High? You know the Most High by keeping His law, statutes, and commandments, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know the Most High. If you do what He says. You understand? And it said, for neither did the mischievous inventions of men deceive us, nor an image spotted with diverse colors, the painter's fruitless labor. You hear this? I'm gonna read it again. Verse 4, it said, for neither did the mischievous inventions of men deceive us. It said, neither did the mischievous inventions of men deceive us. You know what I'm saying? Like in the ISUPK, we not fooled by that cross. We not fooled by you having a cross on your neck and you kissing it and looking to the sky. We not fooled by that. You understand? Because we know that's not God. We know that does not profit you nothing. You know what I'm saying? We not fooled by you going to Saudi Arabia and putting on a man dress and you getting on a rug and you bound down 5 times a day. We not fooled by that. You understand? We not fooled by you talking about you don't eat pork because you're a Muslim, but then you turn around eat shrimp, crab, blah. We ain't fooled by that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't fooled by you saying that you serve Christ and you worship God and all that, but then you turn around and celebrate Christmas. You celebrate Thanksgiving. You turn around and do all these things that the Lord tell you do not do. We not fooled by that. We not fooled by what? I'm gonna keep reading. Nor an image spotted with diverse colors. We not fooled by that image of that white image of Jesus Christ. You understand? We ain't fooled by that. Even though it's in every Christian church, it's on every billboard, it's in every black church, in every black household, all on the walls in the house, on the refrigerator. You understand? A lot of brothers even got it tattooed on their chest and on their arms. You understand? Probably about 80% of brothers and sisters in the world got Sergio Borgier. They got that image tattooed on them. You understand? A white man. You understand? But what did it say? Nor image spotted with diverse colors. We not fooled by that image. You understand? Because we know that image came from our oppressor. We know that image came from them whitewashing the Bible, whitewashing history. You understand? Whitewashing our records so it can fit their notions. We ain't gonna fall down and worship that image. We ain't gonna be tricked by that. You understand? The painter's fruitless labor. Verse 5. The sight whereof entice fools to lust after it. And what does it mean? The sight entice fools to lust after it. Anybody want to take a shot at it? You understand? What does it say? The sight whereof enticeth fools to lust after it. Why does it say? What does it mean to entice fools to lust after it? You understand? Because you understand, like this is talking about idols. You understand? That white image of Jesus Christ, that is an idol. That cross, that's an idol. You understand? That rock that Muslims worship, that's an idol. All those different things. That Buddha, those are idols. You understand? And what you gotta understand is like idols allow you to sin. Why do idols allow you to sin? Idols allow you to sin because they can't teach you nothing. That's why they allow you to sin. You know what I'm saying? And what it say, the sight whereof entices fools to lust after it. And when it say they entice fools to lust after it, that they lust after it because they want freedom. That's why they worship these different images and stuff, because they want freedom. You understand? You go serve nothing because you know nothing can save you. That's why brothers become Muslims and Christians and worship Buddha and all these. They go like nowadays everybody got the Buddha chains. You understand? But you go serve nothing because you know nothing can save you, man. You know that nothing that you worship can save you. It won't tell. They worship these other gods, and these Christian gods and these Muslim gods and these Buddhist gods because they know that God won't tell them no. You see what I'm saying? Like that God will accept what you do. That God ain't gonna tell you, hey man, no, you can't be a homosexual. That God ain't gonna say, hey man, you can't smoke weed and stop smoking cigarettes. You can't be a whore. That God not gonna tell you that. That God is gonna accept you for however you are and accept whatever you do. That's why they serve those guys. You understand? That's why your Christian pastor tell you to come as you are. God's okay with that. And the whole time he's lying to you. The whole time he's lying to you. You understand? But the God of this Bible, you can't do that. The God of this Bible has authority over men. The God of this Bible has authority over women. You understand? And it tells us what to do. It tells us that we can't eat shrimp. He tells us we can't eat shrimp, crab, lobster, and pork. The God of this Bible, you can't. He won't accept you for for how you are and for what you do. You have to change. You got to repent from what you're doing, or he gonna destroy you. That's who the God of this Bible is. You understand? But like I said, this God of this Bible, he has authority over men and women, and he tells us what to do, and he tells us how to live. And a lot of people, they don't want to serve a God like that. They'll rather serve a Christian God, a Muslim God, a Buddhist God, or or claim to be atheists. Because then, guess what? You have nobody telling them what to do. You understand? That you have nobody telling them or governing their lives, telling them what they can and cannot do. You understand? That's why it's so important for you not to serve another God. You understand? Because you should want somebody telling you how to live your life. We should want something telling you, and then telling you for the good though. You understand? All right, our God tell us not to eat shrimp, crab, lobster, and pork, because if you do, you're going to be number one for high blood pressure. You know what I'm saying? High cholesterol, diabetes, if you eat those things. That's why our God telling us don't do it. You understand? You shouldn't have to stick a fork into the wall to find out that if you do that, you're gonna get electrocuted. You should just listen when your parents tell you, hey, don't do that. You understand? That's what you but for some reason black people want to find out the hard way. And you know why we want to find out the hard way? Because we envy our oppressors. We want to be like every other nation. We want to serve their God. And that's exactly what Adam and Eve did when they sold them fig leaves up. They was trying to hide under the banner and the culture of another nation when the Lord already gave them an identity. You understand? The Lord already told them how to live their life. But it wasn't good enough because they wanted to see how it would be if they would be able to do anything or whatever the hell they wanted to do. You understand? In return, they got punished severely. You understand? So yeah, we're gonna drop that. Matter of fact, do I got some more on that? Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to verse 6. I'm gonna keep reading verse 5. The sight whereof entices fools to lust after it, and so they desire the form of a dead image. So they desire the form of a dead image. You know why? Because that dead image ain't gonna tell you how to live your life. That dead image ain't gonna tell you that you wrong for selling that dope to that dude mother. You understand? You wrong for stealing out some people's house while they gone. You wrong for being a homosexual. You wrong for trying to sleep with that child. You know what I'm saying? You wrong for celebrating Christmas. You wrong for eating pork. That dead image, that image that's in grandma's house, that's in that Christian church, that image ain't gonna tell you that you wrong for doing the things that you're doing. You understand? That have no breath. You know what I'm saying? And what it say? And so they desire the form of a dead image that have no breath. So guess what? You desire that form. You desire that dead image that have no breath. You desire that image because it ain't gonna tell you that you gotta change. It ain't gonna tell you that you should stop doing the things that you're doing. It's affecting you and everybody around you. That image ain't gonna tell you that. But the God of this Bible gonna tell you that. You understand? But that's why Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians desire those images. We want to be like our oppressor. We want to be like our Christian pastors. You understand? Verse 6. Both they that make them, they it's like it. Both they that make them, they that desire them, and they that worship them are lovers of evil things. You know what I'm saying? The person who made the image, what it say? Both they that make them, the person that make these images, that make these other gods, and they that worship them, and the people that worship these images, you understand, that go to church, sing, clap, and dance, and put their hands to the sky and pray like this. You know what I'm saying? The people that get on their hands and knees and pray to their God, pray to these images every night, are lovers of evil things. They lovers of evil things, man. You understand? They lovers of evil things, and are worthy to have such things. It's like it, and are worthy to have such things to trust upon them. You know what I'm saying? They lovers of evil things, man. You understand? They don't like being told what to do. They don't like being told that they can't do whatever the hell they want to do. They lovers of evil things. You understand? See? Exactly. They worship the Most High Christ says here, exactly. They worship things that they can see. You understand? Instead of having faith in the unseen of the Most High. Exactly. They only worship things that they can see. And that's why I went over the story Daniel. Because King Nebuchadnezzar was like, man, what the hell you mean you ain't going to serve my God? This big, giant, molten image that everybody else worship, that I have worshiping, this is God. Y'all, you mean to tell me you got a God? Oh, you mean to tell me that your God going to save you from me? Okay, I'm off to throw you in the furnace. And then when he threw them brothers in the furnace, you know what I'm saying, the angel protected them brothers from getting burnt alive. And after that, he was like, you know what? Y'all serve a real God. And he still ain't seen God, but he's seen that obviously that somebody was with these cats. Obviously somebody was with these brothers. You understand? And that's why it's so important, because every other culture, like I said, they had to be able to see. You have to if you said you had a God, you had to be able to present something to them. You understand? You had to be able to present something. That's why when you go to the cultures of ancient Rome and Greece, they had Zeus and you know what I'm saying. They had all these different images of and gods that they carved out of rock. You understand? That was their gods. You see. Exactly. Dumb idols. That's exactly what they is. They dumb idols. That's all they is. And what does dumb mean? Dumb don't mean what dumb mean today. Dumb don't mean that they're stupid. Dumb mean, you know what I'm saying, what they say, you deaf and dumb. Dumb mean that it can't talk. That's what dumb mean. Dumb mean it cannot talk at all. It ain't got no breath in it. That's exactly what this just said. What did it say? You see. And it said, the sight whereof entices fools to lust after it, and so they desire the form of a dead image that have no breath. You know what I'm saying? They desire a dead image that have no breath in it. You know what I'm saying? This image is a dumb image. It can't talk. You understand? But you want to serve this image, and that's why it's so disrespectful to God. You understand? That's why it's so disrespectful to God. Because we have a God that actually deals with us, that we know is a lie, but then we'd rather go serve this image that's dumb, that's deaf and dumb, that can't talk. And that's why you gotta blame the Christian church, man, because they the reason why Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, they're the reason why we are the way we are. You understand? They're the reason why we look at serving God so lightly. They're the reason why we look at you can serve any God you want to, whatever God make you happy and satisfied. They're the reason why we think these ignorant things. You understand? So we're gonna drop that. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28:64. We're gonna put this down right quick. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28:64. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. Bear with me. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even to the other, and thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So one of the curses on the Israelites, which is black, Hispanic, Native American Indians, is that the Lord said he was going to scatter us among all people. You understand? And he said when he scattered us among these all people, what was going to happen? And there thou shalt serve other gods. And said when we get scattered amongst all these heathen nations and all these other peoples, we're gonna serve other gods. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what's going on with black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians right now. That's why we Catholic, we Muslims, we Baptists, we atheists, we Buddhists. You understand? We Egyptology. You know what I'm saying? We all these different things because this was a curse on us that the Lord put on us and said that this was going to happen. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. We're gonna serve other gods that none of our ancestors know. You understand? All right, our ancestors didn't know the God of Christianity. Our ancestors didn't know the Muslim God, the Arab God, the African God. Our ancestors didn't know these other gods. You understand? They only knew one God, and that's the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The Most High, our power. That's the only God that we knew. But we didn't know these other gods. And you know how we became to know these other gods? By being amongst these other nations. You understand? By being amongst these other nations, and guess what? We've been serving these other gods for over 400 years. And guess what? It ain't profited us nothing. That's why black people, Muslims, just like the Arabs are Muslims, right? But guess what? The Arabs are rich. The Arabs they know their culture. They know their history. They know who they are. But black people, we totally destroy. We don't know that. The white man, he a Christian. Black people Christians too. And guess what? We totally destroyed more than anybody on the face of this earth. Because it's a curse for you to be a Christian. It's a curse from God for you to be a Muslim. That's not what the Lord wants. If you're trying to find God, you won't find it in the Christian. Find him in the Christian church. You won't find him in the mosque. You understand? You won't find him in the image made with hands. You won't find him in your cross that's on your neck. You understand? You won't find him in that Buddha. You won't find him in Egyptology. You won't find him in Amun Ra, the Nefertiti. You know what I'm saying? You won't find God in those things, man. You will only find the God that's in His Bible. You understand? Anything else, you just worshiping a God of another nation. You understand? And it said, neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Even wood and stone. What is that wood and stone talking about? Anybody want to give it a shot? What is that wood and stone that it's talking about? Anybody know? It said that wood and stone that it's talking about is Christianity and Islam. That's the wood and stone that it's talking about. You understand? You know how I know? All you gotta do is look up wood of Christianity. You understand? Christ died on wood. Christians worship that. They worship anything. You understand? And that's why you got the cross everywhere in your house. That's why the Christians got the cross in every Christian church because it's to symbolize what Christ died on. You understand? And what else? It said the stone. It said the wood and stone. What is stone? Stone is Islam. You understand? You can look up Kaaba stone right now, and you know what's gonna pop. You know what's gonna pop up. Matter of fact, I think I can do that right quick, and I think I can share it. Let me see. Let me look it up right quick. Let me see. Kaaba stone. You understand? Let me see. Let me see. I think I can share this right quick. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. If y'all can see this, give me a thumbs up or something if y'all can see this. But if y'all can't see it, I'm gonna just read it. It said this is a Google. I just typed in black. I just typed in a Kaaba stone. So it's a black stone. According to Islamic belief, you see that right? Black stone. Remember stone, all right? According to Islamic belief, Muhammad is Muhammad is credited with settling the black stone in the current place in the wall of the Kaaba. A story found in whatever Muslim name that is. You understand? But they serve a black stone, and then they got the images showing you the stone. And look at this right here. This image is showing you the damn stone. You understand? It's ridiculous. This is what Muslims worship, man. You understand? That's what they worship. Let me know if y'all seen that. If y'all didn't see it, don't even sweat it. But like I said, man, this is a curse from the Lord saying that we was gonna go into all these different nations, and then when we get to those nations, we was gonna serve their gods. You understand? We was gonna serve their images. We was gonna serve all their idols. You understand? That it's a curse from the Lord. So yeah, then we gonna drop that though, and we gonna get let's see, let's go to Exodus 20:1. Let's go to Exodus 20:1. You understand? And then also it's so disrespectful because you understand, like the Lord brought us out of Egypt. He said that so much in the Bible, man. The Lord brought us out of Egypt, and you know how disrespectful it is to turn around and worship a God that never did nothing for you, that never profited you anything. That's that's totally different, disrespectful. That's just like if you a parent and and you reward your kid for something, or you go defend him in a situation, and then he turn around and he praised somebody that didn't help them. You understand? He turned around and prayed somebody that didn't ever gave him nothing. That he a complete stranger. You understand? Your kid might get all A's in school, and then you take him to Disneyland or Sunsplash or Six Flags or something, and then when y'all get there, he run up and hug a stranger and start praising a stranger. That sound weird? Ain't that weird? You know what I'm saying? That's what we do when we Christians and we become Muslims. Like the Christian God didn't get us out of Egypt as slaves. You understand? The Christian God didn't. I mean, the Muslim God didn't get us out of Egypt as slaves. But you know what those gods did do? The Christian God did put us in slavery. How was America founded? America was founded with Christianity. The Native American Indians was destroyed under the Christian banner. You understand? Black people was took on slave ships and brought into our lands by Muslims under the Islamic God and under Christianity. You understand? The Arabs moved to America and they set up mosques, and Islam completely swallows black people. You understand? Black people go to jail, become Muslim, they completely swallow us alive. You understand? That's what did happen to us. We was destroyed up under these guys. But guess what? They guys did. They didn't profit us. They didn't get us out of slavery. You understand? These different guys, these Christian guys and Muslim guys, these guys didn't give us law, statutes, and commandments, telling us that we can't eat a certain way, telling us we can't sleep with every race, telling us that we gotta love each other and all that. These other guys didn't do that for us. That's why it's a slap in the face to the Most High. That's why it's completely disrespectful for you to turn around and sing and clap and dance going to church. It's a complete slap in the face for you to bow down on your knees and bang your head on the ground to serve a dumb idol, serve a rock that never did anything for you. It just makes you feel good because you know that you don't have to change. You understand? All right, so look, let's get Exodus chapter 20. Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You see that? Like I said, man, these other nations, these other nations, God didn't get us out of bondage. Buddha didn't get us out of bondage. The Christian, that white Jesus didn't get us out of bondage. You know what I'm saying? That dumb rock in Saudi Arabia, that didn't get us out of bondage. You know what I'm saying? But the God of this Bible is what got us out of bondage. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God. The Lord is the Lord our God. He is the God of Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, man. Let these other nations have their God. We have a God of our own, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Like I said, these other nations, God, they didn't bring us out of the land of Egypt. Just like when Christ returned, they're not going to bring us. The Christian God ain't going to bring us out of America. You understand? As a slave. The Arab God ain't gonna bring us out of America as slaves. They the ones that keep you in slavery. It said, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. And guess what? We shouldn't have no other gods before him. That's why it's important for black people to leave the Christian church. Leave all these religions alone. You understand? That's why the scripture said, if anybody seems to be religious among you, mark them. You know what I'm saying? We marking them Christian pastors. You understand? Because religion is what destroys a nation. You understand? And if you think I'm lying, just look at our communities. You understand? It said, "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image." You shouldn't make unto you any graven image. What is a graven image? A graven image is that rock in Mecca. A graven image is that rock that Muslims worship. You understand? A graven image, by definition, is something that you carve. Like look at Mount Rushmore. That would be considered a graven image because they cut into the rock and they made faces. You know what I'm saying? It said this is the founding fathers. But the whole point is that they cut into the rock. When you cut into something, you know what I'm saying, and you make something out of it, like a cross or you know what I'm saying, an image, that's a graven image because you cut into something and made it. You understand? Or when you cut into wood, not just stone, but when you cut into wood, like that cross or any likeness of anything, for so like I'm reading from the top, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above. You shall not make any graven images, man. You understand? And what it say? Or any likeness of anything that's in the heaven above. You shouldn't worship the things that you see in heaven. You understand? That's why Jeremiah 10:2 say, learn not the way of the heathen. You know what I'm saying? Because they look into the sky and they dismayed at the signs of heaven. You know what I'm saying? They start worshiping the things that's in heaven. You know what I'm saying? They see a shooting star, to them that's God. They're going to make that God. Because it was just so marvelous and just so beautiful and it had different colors when it flew past. That's what they do. You understand? Or that it is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water water under the earth. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to worship nothing that's in the water or on the earth. Like you go to the what's they called, the East Indians, they worship cows. Some of those East Indians over there, they straight worship cows. You understand? And that's why when you like a couple years back, I don't remember exactly what year. You understand? A few years back though, but it was the Indians was allowed to go to the the World Cup and all that. You know what I'm saying? Not the World Cup, but they was allowed to go to the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? And they told them that, man, look, we're not gonna be in the Olympics if we gotta wear shoes. If we gotta wear shoes in the Olympics, we're not gonna be in the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? And why they said that was because shoes are made out of leather. Shoes are made out of cows. It's made out of cowhide. They said, look, if we gotta wear shoes, so like we're not finna be in the Olympics. So they turned that chance down to be in the Olympics. You understand? But you ain't supposed to what it say? Any likeness or anything that is in the heaven above or that is in the earth beneath or that is in the water under the earth. You ain't supposed to worship nothing with your hand that you made with your hands, nothing that's in the sky, on the earth, or in the water. Nothing that's in the sky, on the earth, or in the water is a god. Nothing. You understand? You shouldn't pull a damn starfish out the water and say, you know what, this is my God now. You understand? This is my God. You see that lion over there? This is my God. That's why when you look at this shield of David, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people try to come down on us because they don't know what the hell a graven image is. They think that this shield of David that I got on my neck, these shields that's on this these banners, they think that's a star. They think that's a graven image. But we don't worship that image. We don't bow down and pray to that image. You know what I'm saying? This image don't profit us nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? It's just our culture. This menorah right here, this that we don't worship this image. And so we don't look at this as a god. It's just something. It's just our culture. You know what I'm saying? And back in the day, this menorah, this 7-stick menorah, it was just to light up the temple. 7 sticks. That'll put a whole lot of light in there. That's all it is. But we ain't finna fall down and worship it like it's God. You understand? It's just our culture to have this. You understand? And guess what? It's in other nations' culture to actually worship whatever the things that they have and the things that they see. And that's why the Lord telling you, I'm the God that brought you out of Egypt, out of slavery, out of bondage. Don't serve these other gods. They didn't do nothing for you. They can't do nothing for you. You understand? They can't do nothing for you. All right, so let me see. Okay, yep. And it said, verse 5, Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God. You know what I'm saying? We ain't supposed to bow down to these other nations because the Lord that we serve, the God that we serve, he is a jealous God. You know what I'm saying? You know how I know he's jealous? Because look at we served other gods, and then in return, we got scattered throughout the whole earth. Now we living among everybody. Well, now we serve even more gods. Yeah, different gods that us nor our forefathers have ever known. You know what I'm saying? We need to come back to serving a God that we serve, that got us out of Egypt, that got us out of slavery. You know what I'm saying? That got drugs out of our community, that got drug abuse out of our community, that got homosexuality out of our communities. You understand? That got lesbianism out of our communities. That got shaving your beard out of our. We need to serve the God that gave us laws, man. That kept our community, you know what I'm saying, straight. You understand? That kept our head on a swivel. We need to serve that God. You understand? Because right now, the black community, we serving the God of Lil Nas X. You understand? That's why everybody was mad at the baby right now. You understand? Because how the hell you gonna be mad at the baby for what the hell he said? Really, you should. So I can just imagine how you feel about God. I can just imagine how you feel about the Most High, because what he's saying, according to this Bible, not my words, but his words, homosexuals supposed to get pushed to death. You know what I'm saying? There should not be a whore amongst the children of Israel. It should not be lesbians, dykes, homosexuals amongst the children of Israel, man. Adultery, you know what I'm saying? None of that should be going on amongst the children of Israel. So I can just imagine how you look at God and you feel, you know what I'm saying, how you feel about God for destroying Sodom and Gomorrah, for them being homosexuals and being disgusting. I can just imagine. If you mad at the baby, I can just imagine how you feel about God. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so we're gonna drop that. Let's go to Habakkuk 2:18. Let's go to Habakkuk 2:18. Bear with me, bear with me. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 18. Okay, Salakia. Let's see. Habakkuk. Second one. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 18. What profiteth the graven image that the maker thereof graven it? And said, what profit do a profit the graven image? You understand? These graven images that you worship, you understand? This graven image that you worship, the God of Islam, that cross, you understand? Buddha, all these different images that was made by a man's hand. You understand? What it say? What profit the graven image that the maker thereof have graven it? What profit do this give you? And so, what do you profit by worshiping these other gods? By worshiping these graven images and these molten images, you don't profit nothing. You understand? But guess what? Your oppressor, he profit a lot by being a Christian. The white man profit a lot by being Christian. You understand? He keep you at the bottom by doing that. The Arab man, he profit a lot by being Muslim, but he keeps you at the bottom. You understand? He's able to put stores in your community and take all the resources and build mosques and swallow black people whole, swallow black people alive in that mosque, and it is Islam. It profits them being that. Because it don't profit you nothing, black man. It don't profit you, Hispanic man, being Catholic, worshiping Mary and those shrines and the rosary beads and all that. It don't profit you nothing. You understand? Because guess what? You still gonna get shot down in the street. You still gonna be on drugs. You understand? Your community still gonna be destroyed as a whole. You understand? The molten image and a teacher of lies. And guess what? Those images are a teacher of lies. You understand? Those images lie. You understand? Because guess what? If you look at that image that's in the Christian church, Christ ain't no Christ. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shah Mashiach in the Hebrew, he wasn't no white man. Oh, that's it. That image lies. You understand? He never told us to worship no cross. He never told us to put the image of God nowhere. And you know what I'm saying, we got Russian icons, but the difference between the Russian icons is that we don't worship those images and the Russian icons. Black people actually. That's why when we at camp, we got a picture of white Jesus, right? And we purposely bring it to camp to throw it on the ground in front of everybody, and everybody, especially black people, they be astonished. You understand? Or we'd be sitting there, have we had an image on the ground, we'd be sitting there teaching and talking, and you got black people who will come up and then pick that image up, thinking that they're doing us a justice by doing that. They're thinking that they helping us by picking this image up. Why? Because they think this is God. They think this is the image of God. That's why they pick it up. You know what I'm saying? And we ask them, why did you pick that image up off the ground? We tossed that down there, but why did you pick it up? He's like, because why you got God on the ground? Why you got Jesus on the ground? And we're like, nah, man. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why it's so important for us to teach these classes and go over what's actually in the Bible, because you won't learn this in the Christian church. You won't learn this in a mosque. You ain't going to learn this having Bible study with your friends and with your grandma's house. You understand? Because they want to teach prosperity to you. You understand? They want to teach you what? And teachers of lies. They want to teach you lies. That's what the Christian church is, teacher of lies. That's what the Muslim mosque is, teacher of lies, because they tell you to come as you are and to do what you want to do. Serve whatever God makes you happy. You understand? Pay your tithes. All they do is they don't teach you the Bible. They just teach you prosperity teachings. You understand? And that's why the Christian church, the Christian church is wrong, period. But when you go back and you listen to what the Christian church was teaching prior to the 1980s, 1985, late 80s, they weren't teaching the same thing that they teaching nowadays. They was teaching that if you be a homosexual, you gonna go to hell. You understand? If you out here killing people, you gonna go to hell. Even though we got hell is not you burning underground, but I'm just saying the things that they used to teach. They should teach you that you won't get punished for being wicked. That's what I'm saying. Now they teaching you, man, if you the God gonna be with you. I pray that you get a blessing this week. And they just teach you prosperity teachers, meaning that they teach you if you give a little bit of your money, you're gonna get a lot in return. And in return, the Christian church then took $480 billion out of the black community. Now you wonder why we don't got nothing. You understand? You know what I'm saying? They took all that money and gave it right back to the oppressor. They out here buying Lambo trucks, jets. You understand? They out here buying everything that won't profit and give black people nothing, man. You understand? And that's horrible, man. You understand? That's why when you go back and you look prior to the late 1980s, you'll see black people was teaching that if you sin against God, you don't get punished. Now they're not teaching that. You know why? You know why they're not teaching that? You know why every Christian church teaching the same thing in unison? God loves everybody, come as you are, because they profit from that. You understand? They profit from that. But you being black, Hispanic, Native American Indians, going to church trying to actually find God, it don't profit you nothing. It destroys you. You understand? Because you think that that's actually God, and it's not. You understand? What did it say though? And it said, teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusteth therein to make dumb idols. You know what I'm saying? And the maker thereof trusting to make dumb idols. What is dumb? Dumb means it can't talk. Dumb is not the same thing as it was in old Quaker English. Dumb back then means it can't talk. You worship these gods and these other images, and guess what? They can't talk. They can't show you nothing. They can't reprove you. You understand? They can't correct you. They can't show you nothing. You can't learn from them. They just images that's created by man's hands. You understand? And it said, woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake. Man, woe unto him that says unto the wood, awake. That's what Christians do. You understand? That's why they do, every time it's a Christian play at a Christian church, they got some white man in a white robe with blonde hair and blue eyes carrying a cross. You understand? Everybody want to touch the cross during the play. Like, this is actually profiting them by touching this cross in this play. You understand? That's why you got brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, that got actual crosses on their neck. And as soon as they get into trouble, you understand, they find themselves in trouble. They pull that cross up from under their shirt and then start kissing on it, looking up to God. Like, man, please, God. Because they actually think that's God. They think by doing that, God hears them. You understand? The same thing with Islam. You got brothers and sisters bowing down 5 times a day, bamming their damn head on the carpet, thinking that nigga God hearing them. Nigga, that's nothing. Ain't God don't hear that. You know what I'm saying? They said, "Woe to them that said to the wood, awake, and to the dumb stone, arise. It shall teach." Man, Christianity ain't teaching you nothing. Your Christian. He said, "What?" I'm gonna read that again. It said, "Woe to him that saith to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise. It shall teach." You can't. That wood and that stone ain't gonna rise. It's not gonna teach you nothing. And that's exactly why black people are destroyed. You understand? We've been thinking that we've been learning the Bible. You understand? In the Christian church, you've been learning how to be a Christian. You've been learning how to be a good slave. You ain't been learning the Bible. You understand? The only place you can actually learn the Bible is in the ISUBK. And that's why, you know how I know? Because you got brothers that's been trying to, Christian pastors and brothers in the world, sisters in the world that have been going to church their whole life. You understand? And guess what? They still sinning. They still do whatever the hell they want to do. But ISUBK under Commander Juniata, we were proving, brothers, we changing people every single day. You know what I'm saying? And we got brothers in here, sisters in here that come into here because they want to change, because they want to repent, because they see the benefit in the nation of ISUBK. They see how we benefited from repenting and changing. You know what I'm saying? They see how brothers, like, I'm a prime example. Man, since I've been in ISUBK, I ain't went back to jail. And I stayed in jail all the time. You know what I'm saying? I stayed all the time. I was in prison, jail. I don't even know what the hell I was even getting locked up for. It just was, every time I turn around, I'm like, damn, I'm going right back to jail. What the hell? I'm going to be institutionalized another 5 years doing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be just like my uncles and cousins and everybody who are also Muslims and Christians. You understand? But people coming here, people coming to the ISBK because they want to get off of drugs. They want to stop being a homosexual. They want to stop being a whore. They want to find a man. You understand? They want to stop being lied to. You understand? They want to serve a God that actually is going to help them. That actually hears them when they pray. Because they've been doing this for too long. To that cross. And they seen when nothing happened. Their life was still the same. Nothing was happening. They was a Muslim their whole life. And they all that taking your shoes off at the door and not eating pork. You know what I'm saying? It didn't do nothing for them. They've brothers been Muslims in Philly they for 100 generations. They've been growing beards out and taking their shoes off at the door and praying 5 times a day. And guess what? It ain't profit them nothing. It ain't been helping them. You understand? It said, but you got a lot of brothers and sisters who don't find this out, who don't hear about the ISUBK, who don't know, who are just caught up in their ways because they've been Muslim and Christian their whole life. They think that's the actual God. You know what I'm saying? So they don't hear what we're saying. They don't hear the real priests and prophets of the Lord. And what do we say? Woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, and to the dumb stone, arise, ye shall teach. It said, woe unto him that believe in Christianity, that believe in Islam. What does woe mean? Destruction. You're going to believe in these different gods, and it's going to continue to destroy you, man. You understand? But when you really trying to serve the Lord, you're going to end up in the ISUBK. And that's why we got brothers that come from every different religion. They come from Egyptology, Christians, Muslim, to come in here and actually serve the real God, the God that freed us out of slavery, the God that gave us laws, the God that separated us from everybody. You understand? And it said, I'm gonna keep reading. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath in it. Mislaki, there is no breath at all in the midst of it. And then you got brothers and sisters like Lil Boosie. I brought him out earlier. You understand? He got that image of that big cross on his neck. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, it's the image of the white Jesus. That big image that they got in Brazil. It's a white Jesus with his arms stretched out like this. You understand? The chain is about this big. It's a pure gold image. Lil Boosie got it. And that's just one. You can go look up rappers right now, and all of them got chains on that's a cross, earrings that's a cross, tattoos of the white Jesus. You understand? All of them. You understand? And what did it say? It said, "Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath in it at all in the midst of it." You know what I'm saying? And they got these gold chains with crosses, and these silver chains with crosses and cross earrings and all that. You understand? And guess what? It is not. It's not even alive. There ain't no breath in it. You understand? What's the first thing you do when somebody pass out? When somebody pass out, what's the first thing you do? You know what I'm saying? Or somebody fall out, what's the first thing that you do? You go up to them and your hand, or you put your ear, you know what I'm saying, to their mouth to see if they still breathing. You see if they still breathing. See if they still alive. You know what I'm saying? We said, but these images, they don't have no breath in them. They not alive. You understand? They're not alive. And these are the things that people want to serve. That's why people, like I said, they get them gold chains, and they get to kissing it. And, you understand? People really, it's crazy that people really go to the mall. People really go to jewelry shops, and they look at all the gold you can get, and they be like, oh yeah, that cross right there. Oh yeah, I want that. You understand? I want that cross right there. You know what I'm saying? Then when they get it, they feel a sense of morality to, like, that got them closer to God. And that couldn't be furthest from the truth, man. You understand? That's it. It said, but the Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth keep silence before him. But the Lord is in his holy temple. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is in Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, man. You understand? The Lord is inside of us. We the temple of God. He's in us. You understand? That's why you got to have the spirit of Christ. That's why you got to have the spirit of those brothers that were willing scared to die and get burned alive from serving the Lord. You understand? You got to have that spirit. You understand? So we're gonna drop that. We're gonna go to Psalms chapter 135. Psalms chapter 135. Salakia. Salakia. All right. Psalms chapter 135. Salakia. All right. Psalms chapter 135 verse 15. All right. Psalms chapter 135 verse 15. The idols of the heathens are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. The gods of these other nations are silver and gold. That's why when Christopher Columbus came over here, you know what I'm saying, they wasn't real Christians. They didn't really serve and follow Christ. For one, they the same people that killed Christ. You understand? They didn't come here to actually come to America to give them Catholicism, or to give them Christianity. They came here because they was looking for gold. They was looking for free labor. You understand? And in return, 77 million Native American Indians had to die. You understand? When they brought their Christian God over here. But what did it say? It said, the idols of the heathen nations are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. The idols of the heathen nations are silver and gold, man. That's who they worship. And that's why when you go to Saudi Arabia, they got that dumb rock inside the big cobblestone, that big cube, and then right around it is silver. You understand? Or some type of, like, you know what I'm saying, some type of silver or something like that. You understand? Because that's their God. These other nations, they don't serve a living God. They serve something that they can benefit from. Like I said, Christians didn't come over here with the Bible and say, man, y'all should be Christians. They forced them to leave their native tongues, leave their whole way of life, their history, their records, and to be something that they're serve a God that neither nor them or their fathers have ever known. You understand? And then in return, they robbed them blind. They gave them blankets with smallpox and stole all their gold, all their resources, killed the buffalo. That's their God. You understand? They don't serve a real God. You understand? And in return, you following them and you following that religion, you doing the same thing they doing. You understand? So let's drop that. Let's go to John 17 and 17. John 17 and 17. And that's why, like I said, that's why rappers always get gold crosses and silver crosses. You understand? Because they learned that from the heathens. All right, John 17 and 17. John chapter 17, verse 17. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. When the scriptures say, sanctify them through thy truth, thy word is truth. You understand? What does it mean to sanctify? You know what I'm saying? What does it mean to sanctify means to clean, to cleanse. You understand? And what it say? It said, what? Sanctify them through thy truth. Man, we got it in ISBK, we clean black, Hispanic, Native American Indians up with the truth, man. That's why John 8 and 32 say what? Let's bring it out every class. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. I'm paraphrasing. You understand? That you shall know the truth, and the truth's gonna set you free. We gotta sanctify. We sanctify black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians through the truth, man. The truth of what? The truth and knowing that being a Christian and a Muslim does not help you. You understand the truth of knowing that being a drug dealer, being a drug addict, a prostitute, a homosexual, that it does that, it don't profit us nothing. You understand? Our communities are destroyed behind being these things. You understand? What did it say? I'm gonna read it again. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. The word of this Bible is true. You understand? And what does it say in his word? Don't worship other gods. Don't worship images made with the hands of men. You understand? Don't worship images that was painted by somebody. You understand? Don't do that. That's the word of this Bible says. The word of this Bible say serve God and don't serve nobody else because this is a jealous God. You know what I'm saying? And he will punish you for serving another God. That's what this Bible say. That's what the words of this book say. The words of this book say that these heathens don't have a God. The word of this book say, you know what I'm saying? We the only people that actually have a God, a living God. You know what I'm saying? That's why he say, I am the Lord thy God, meaning nobody else's. We the only people on this planet that have a God. That's what the words of this Bible says. You understand? But what is some reading from the top? Sanctify them through thy truth. We got to sanctify black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians through the truth of this Bible, through the truth of this words that's in this Bible. You understand? Let's see, I'm going to start that. Let's go to 2 Corinthians right quick. Precept that. Yes, and because Christians tell you that you sanctify somebody by getting baptized. That's not how you sanctify somebody. You sanctify somebody and you cleanse somebody. You understand, by telling them the truth. You understand. That's why when drug addicts when they got a drug problem, you understand, and they get help. And first off, it start with somebody telling them, or they telling themselves that, you know what, I know I got a problem. I need to seek some help. I need to get some help. And then when they get some help, they might go to a program, or might be coming to class in ISBK or whatever the case may be. You understand? And after a few days, you understand, they able to stand up, or tell brothers and sisters like, yeah, man, I ain't did drugs in a few days, man. And what's that? What they gonna say? They gonna say I ain't did drugs in a few days. I'm what? I'm clean. That's why when people get off of drugs, that's why they say that I've been clean for 10 years. I've been clean for 5 years. You understand? Because you don't clean somebody with actual water. You clean somebody with proof. You sanctify. You clean somebody with the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's how you clean somebody. That's why addicts say that all the time. Let somebody stop doing drugs for 5, 10 years. They don't say, man, I'm clean. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get wet to get clean. They didn't wash up with soap. What did they do? They changed. You understand? That's what repent means to do. You understand? But Christians, they use that word so lightly. You think but repent means to hug and kiss on the cheek and then just sing, clap. It's not what repent mean. Repent means to turn away from. You understand that? And that's how you clean. That's how you be baptized. You understand? So let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 6, chapter 16. Okay, 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 16. And what agreement have the temple of God with idols? And what agreement have the temple of God with idols? You understand that the we don't have the temple of God don't have no agreement with idols at all. You understand? For ye are the temple of the living God. As God hath said, I will dwell in them and walk with them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. And then that's why we say that you'll see a brother, or you see a commander Junior Hana, or you see the generals or brothers and troopers, whoever, you know what I'm saying? You'll say that brother got the spirit of Christ. You know what I'm saying? How did he have the spirit of Christ? How do you have the spirit of Christ? You know what I'm saying? You got the spirit of Christ by having Christ in you. You know what I'm saying? By walking in the truth. You understand? By being sanctified. You understand? By changing, by being clean. You understand? That's how you have the spirit of Christ. You understand? That's how God is in us. God is in us by us walking in the truth. You understand? You got the spirit of Christ by walking how Christ told you to walk. And so on and so forth. You understand? That's very important. And let me see. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. And it said, and walk in them. Salakia. For ye are the temple of the living God. As God hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Wherefore, come out from among them and be ye separate. What did it say? It said, come out from among them and be ye separate. You understand? Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians, we gotta be separate, man. You understand? You gotta come somewhere. You got to go a place where you wanted at. You should never be somewhere you not wanted. You understand? You should never be somewhere that you are not wanted. You understand? You're supposed to be somewhere where you want it. You want it in the ISBK if you're a Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian woman. You understand? You want it. You ain't wanted in this world. You're not wanted in Christianity. You're not wanted in Islam or Egyptology or Scientology. You're not wanted in all these different religions. You understand? That's why you're supposed to be separate. What is it? What does separate mean? Separate means to be holy, right? You understand? That's what separate means. Separate means to be holy. What does separate actually mean, though? To separate, to sever. You understand? To violently cut off. We ain't supposed to be like everybody else, serving these other gods and doing the things that they do. You know, so we supposed to separate ourselves. You understand? They supposed to see that we celebrate Hanukkah. You understand? They supposed to see that we celebrate Passover, the Feast of First Fruits. They supposed to see that we ain't celebrating Christmas and Halloween and all these different. And they supposed to see that we're separate. You know what I'm saying? They supposed to see how you dress is separate. People supposed to recognize that and note that down and be like, damn man, they not like us. These brothers and sisters ain't like us. You understand? Let me see. We keep reading. And I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Wherefore, come out from among them and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. You know what I'm saying? And touch not the unclean thing. We just went over the scripture saying to be the sanctify them with thy truth. You understand? You got to cleanse people with the word, with the truth of this Bible. You understand? You gotta convince them and show them how it will profit them if they don't touch the unclean thing and they don't be an unclean person. Why? Because they are the temple of God. You understand? Keep reading. And will be a father unto them, and ye shall be my sons and my daughters, saith the Almighty. You understand? And he shall be a father unto us, and we shall be his sons and his daughter. And so we're gonna scratch that, and let's get let me see. I got a few more scriptures. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Deuteronomy. Yeah, I got a few more scriptures. I ain't gonna hold on to the scriptures. I'm gonna pull them. Let's go to Deuteronomy 29 and 16. Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 16. For we know how we have dwelt in the land of Egypt, and how we came through the nations which we passed by. You know what I'm saying? We know that we dwelt in Egypt. We know we was slaves in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? We know that we dwelt there before we were slaves. You understand? We was there as sojourners. And it said how we came through the nations which he passed by. And ye have seen the their abominations and their idols. You seen that? We came out of Egypt. You understand? We went past all these other nations. And what did we see when we did that? And ye have seen their abominations. We seen the hateful things that they was doing. What does abomination mean? Abomination mean something that the Lord hates. We seen them doing things that the Lord hates, like doing drugs and being homosexuals and eating unclean things. We seen that. You know what I'm saying? And their idols. We seen that they was worshiping different gods, worshiping gods that they seen in heaven, worshiping gods that they seen on the earth, worshiping gods that they seen in the bottom of the ocean, gods that they made up with their hands. We seen them doing all these things. You understand? Wood and stone and silver and gold, which were among them. You understand? And why this is so important? Because it's letting them know these are things that they did. These are things that this was their culture. It wasn't our culture, and we witnessed it. You understand? We witnessed them serving gods that wasn't real. You understand? Lest there should be among you a man or woman or family or tribe whose heart turneth away this day from the Lord thy God, to go and serve the gods of these nations. The gods of who? The gods of these nations. These gods that we serve right now are the gods of these nations. You know how I know? Because we're not serving the Lord. Only people that serving the Lord is the brothers and sisters in our ISBK. You know what I'm saying? It's the only place you can actually learn to serve the Lord. Everybody else, I don't care how zealous they is. You understand? But they're not serving God. They're not serving the Lord. You understand? And it said, lest there should be among you a root that beareth gall or wormwood. You understand? But yeah, man, they not serving the God of this Bible. You understand? They serving the God of these other nations, man. And why, like I said, why I said it's so important, because it said we was in Egypt as slaves. We seen what they was doing. We seen they was serving Amun Ra and Nefertiti and Gab and Osiris. We seen the different gods that they were serving. You know what I'm saying? And when we left Egypt, we passed through all these different nations and we seen the different gods that they were serving. You understand? But it said you should not be like them. You understand? You should not be like them. You understand? So we're gonna drop that and let's go to Psalms. Psalms chapter 96 and 5. Psalms chapter 96 and 5. Psalms chapter 96, verse 5. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. You see that? All the nations, all what I'm reading again. It said, for all the gods of the nations are idols. All the gods of the nations are idols. You know what I'm saying? They serve graven images. They serve molten images. Gods that they melted down and formed. You know what I'm saying? Gods that they carved into a god. Gods that they see, you know what I'm saying? Gods that they can see with their own eye. They serve those type of gods. All the nations. You understand? But the Lord made the heavens. But the God that we serve, we the only one that serve if you black, Hispanic, Native American, you have a real God. There is no need for you to be in a Christian church. There is no need for you to be a Muslim or a Christian or Egyptology and, you know what I'm saying, worry about science and all that. There's no need for you to worry about serving these other different gods, because you actually serve a living God that created the heavens and the earth, that created you and that created everything. That's the type of God that we serve. You know what I'm saying? But these other nations, they don't serve a real God. That's why they have to create something with their hands to give them a feeling. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you go look at the history of Islam, they had over 365 different gods a day that they served. And you know what some of those gods were? Some of those gods was Aladdin on a flying carpet. The carpet was one of their gods. Another one of their gods was that dumb rock, that stone that's in Medina. You understand? Saudi Arabia. Another god was, but they just served plenty of different gods. And then they got around Israelites, and they seen that we all served one God. And they said, you know what? That is smart. Damn, our kingdom and our people will be a good people if we all serve one God. So then he went through all his kingdom and forced everybody to be Muslims. And then on top of that, he forced black people to be Muslims and took us in slavery. You understand? But my point is, they see other nations see how important and how much it profit them with everybody being on the same page, being on one accord, serving the same God. You understand? We the only ones don't see that. That's why we Baptists, Christians, Muslims, atheists, Egypt, we all these different things, man. You understand? But what did it say? What was we at again? What was it Psalms? What's 96? What was that? Oh, verse 5. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens and the earth. All these other nations serve gods that they created. They just woke up, one of their ancestors woke up one day and was like, you know what, this is God. But the God that we serve, he formed everything that you see. You understand? So let's drop that. And then let's go to uh let's go to Proverbs 1 and 22. Let's go there. Yeah, let's go there. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22. How long will ye simple ones, it's like it, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? Man, how long will you love simplicity? How long will you the love serving being a Christian? How long will you love being a Muslim? How long will you love smoking weed and smoking shit like people smell like people run around scared of COVID-19. People run around scared of a goddamn cough. You understand? But then they smoking weed every single day. They smoking weed every single day. It's like, nigga, you shouldn't be scared of smoking. You understand? To hell with COVID-19. Smoking killed way more people than COVID-19. You understand? They get on there talking about vaccines, how they ain't taking vaccines, and you understand? I know you know our stance on vaccines. If you want to get it, get it. If you don't want to get it, you don't have to get it. It is not mandatory. It is not unlawful. Do whatever the hell you want to do. You understand? But you got people on there that smoke weed every single day, and it say on the goddamn box, cause cancer, cause lung disease, cause heart disease. You understand? But what did it say? How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? You understand? How long you gonna continue to serve that God to tell you that's okay to do that? You understand? How long you continue to do that, man? How long you gonna continue to want to live in poverty and be out here killing each other and stealing from each other and hating each other? How long you? Because it's that's simple, man, for you to live like that. And your church is okay with it. That's why he tell you to do what you want to do, come as you are. How long? How long? Love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Fools hate knowledge. Like the Christian pastor, he hates the ISUPK. You understand? Because it's knowledge in the things that we teach. It's knowledge in not eating shrimp, crab, lobster, and pork. It's knowledge in not serving other gods. It's knowledge in not being a homosexual. You know what I'm saying? It's knowledge in not abusing drugs or doing drugs, period, for that matter. It's knowledge in that. You know what I'm saying? But it's not knowledge in you living however you want to live and doing whatever the hell you want to do. That's unwise. You understand? That's that you will pay the price for doing that. You understand? For living like that. And the Lord said you simple for living like that. You simple for listening to your pastor and not asking questions. You understand? Turn you, it's like it, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit upon you. I will make known my words unto you. And he said, turn ye at my reproof. You understand? What is my reproof? My correction. Turn at the Lord correction. When the Lord corrects you, he tell you he don't want you smoking, he don't want you eating a certain way, he don't want you sleeping on a certain nation. You supposed to turn away from whatever it is that you're doing that's evil against God, that's evil against your nation. You understand? Behold, I will pour out my spirit upon you, and I will make known my words unto you. And then this Bible ain't gonna be no riddle. This Bible ain't gonna be no puzzle, man. Once you start doing what the Lord wants you to do. You know what I'm saying? It's all gonna be okay. It's not gonna be no riddle no more. It's gonna be opened up to you. Because your Christian pastor, he make it a riddle. You understand? He tell you all these different things that's not in the Bible and it confuses you. You understand? Because I have called you and you refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. And the Lord, because the Lord called you in these classes right now, and you seen eyes you on them street corners or whatever. The Lord called you. What does the scripture say? Many are called, few are chosen. You understand? The Lord calls you though. You understand? And what? And you refused. We go to camp, we pass out them flyers. Ain't nobody calling that number. We tell brothers come to class, ain't nobody coming to class. You understand? We went ISBK, we trying to be on every social media platform. You know what I'm saying? Cause we fishers of men. You understand? We trying to wake our people up. And guess what? The people see us on there, they don't ask questions. They don't hit that inbox like, hey, what y'all about? You understand? What did it say? And you refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. You understand? What does it mean when the Lord said he stretched out his hand? What does that mean? What does it mean when you stretch out your hand for something like somebody falling off a damn cliff or something? You understand? What you gonna do? You gonna try to save them, or you gonna stretch out your hand? Man, the Lord is trying to stretch out His hand to Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians. He's trying to help us get out of Christianity. He's trying to help us get out of Islam. He's trying to help us get off of drugs. He's trying to stretch His hand out to help us stop being whores and homosexuals. You understand? And stop serving these different guys. He's trying to help us. You understand? But none regarded, man. We saying we don't want that hand. We would rather fall into sin. We would rather fall into religion and fall into how we grew up. You understand? That's how we do. Verse 25. But ye have set at naught all my counsel and have none of my reproof. Listen, but we said we don't give a damn. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. And he said he gonna laugh at our calamity. He gonna mock us when fear cometh. You understand? When your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. He said when your fear come and your desolation and your destruction come as a whirlwind, he gonna laugh. He gonna be sitting there cancer. He gonna from smoking. He gonna be like, I told you so. When you find that you got AIDS from being homosexual, he gonna lay like I told you. You know what I'm saying? When you find out that being a whore, you was gonna end up getting raped and getting killed or something, or getting, you know what I'm saying, assaulted badly. You know what I'm saying? He be like, I told you so. You understand? When you find out you caught high diabetes and high cholesterol from eating unlawful things, he gonna be like, nah, I told you so. You understand? He gonna laugh at your calamity. He gonna laugh at your destruction. You understand? And it said, and your destruction come as a whirlwind. It said, and, that's exactly how I be with Black people. He said, your destruction come as a whirlwind. You understand? Like you look at one day, it's like a hurricane hit you or something. Like your whole world just come crashing down. And you like, man, what the hell is going on? You understand? It hit you like a whirlwind. You see where I'm at? And when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. And they shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. And then when your anguish and everything hits you all at once and your world coming down, you know what I'm saying, and your world gets shooken up like a whirlwind, then you're going to start trying to call on the Lord. You understand? Then you're going to start trying to call on the Lord. But the whole time, you in religion. So guess what you're doing? You worshiping that cross. And please, God, oh man, I hope I don't get caught for shooting that dude, man. I hope I don't get caught for sleeping with my brother's wife. But I hope, you know what I'm saying? And guess what? The Lord don't hear you. The Lord don't hear you. You banging your damn head on the damn carpet 5 times a day, nigga, to where your head is black right here. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord don't hear you. He don't hear you at all. You understand? He's laughing at you. You understand? For you being disobedient and wanting to live however the hell you want to live. You know what I'm saying? And it said, therefore shall they eat, Slakia. Oh yeah, verse 29. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, because you hated knowledge. You know what I'm saying? What is knowledge? Telling you that you ain't supposed to sleep with heathen women. Telling you ain't supposed to be in religion. Telling you that you can't eat how you want to eat. Telling you can't do whatever the hell you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You hated that knowledge. But now that you suffering from not listening to that knowledge and not listening to the priests and prophets of the Lord, now you want to call on God. But guess what? It's too late. He laughing at you now. You understand? For they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. You understand? Because you hated knowledge, you didn't choose the fear of God. You understand? Like what the scriptures say, I'm paraphrasing, it say, through terrors of the Lord we persuade men. Meaning that you're supposed to know that the Lord is a terrible power. Like the Lord will put you to death if you out here killing people. The Lord will send you into slavery for 400 years. You understand? The Lord will punish you. You understand? The Lord will give you life and prayer. He will do that. You understand? That you're supposed to know that. You understand? You're supposed to know that the Lord will give you a damn stroke. You understand? When you still at that damn, you might walk up the store and have a stroke. The Lord might give you cerebral palsy to where half your face drooping. The Lord might have you get hit by a damn car. You're supposed to find out that the Lord is a terrible power like that, and that's supposed to make you fear Him. That's supposed to make you serve Him, so that won't happen to you. Because if you're not serving the Lord, guess what you're doing? You're serving another God, or you serving yourself. You understand? For they have hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. You didn't care about the counsel of the Lord. You despised all His reproof. You despise Him trying to cleanse you. You know what I'm saying, from you being unclean. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way. And guess what? You gonna reap what you sow. You gonna eat of the fruit of your own way. You understand? And be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. You know what I'm saying? And everything that you do, you know what I'm saying, that you thought once benefited you is going to destroy you, man. And guess what? Your God that you serve ain't gonna help you. He ain't gonna help you. You understand? And let me see what else. Uh, Yep. Let me see. I got one more thing. Verse 33. But whosoever hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, Slakia, shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear and evil. But when you come to serve the Lord and you hearken, what does hearken mean? You listen and you do what the Lord tell you to do. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have a hedge around you. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be safe. You're gonna be safe from that stray bullet. You're gonna be safe from catching cancer. You're gonna be safe from catching HIV and AIDS. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be safe from all these different things, man. You understand? When you come to serve the Lord and when you hearken to the Lord, you do what the Lord tell you to do. And you know what I'm saying? And you shall be quieted from fear and evil. You shall be quieted from fear and evil. And that's why I said go back to serving false images. They don't tell you that you gotta hearken unto them. They don't tell you that you gotta be reproof. You gotta change. You understand? You gotta be sanctified. They don't tell you all that. They tell you your Christian pastor and these other religions tell you to do whatever the hell you want to do. You know what I'm saying? They accept your sin. But in here, the Lord requires you to change. The Lord, He controls black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian. You know, see, the God that we serve in His Bible, He got authority over men, and and women too, and He tell us what to do. You understand? So with that being said, I'm in the class, man. Today was idol worship. Uh, Make sure you like and subscribe, and you share the class. Let me get these announcements right quick. Make sure you tune in tomorrow as well on me and Officer of 1,000 Shia War. It's the Israelite School of UPK, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Hana. The water for all the young men and the sisters and the brothers for tuning in. Yahweh Shemi Ashar Brakathah, all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Taba Shemi Ashar, all the sisters. And it's time I read the security announcements. And also make sure you tune in to Commander General, Slakia. And make sure you tune into General Hyman scripture breakdown classes, which is tomorrow, every Thursday and every Monday. And as well, if you got any questions, make sure you ask General Hyman tomorrow, or whenever you see the classes going on and you inside the class, make sure you ask whatever question you need to ask. You understand? And if I can't answer your question, I'm gonna make sure I ask the men above me. You know what I'm saying? But it's important that you ask questions because nobody knows the Bible 100%. You understand? You gotta be taught. You gotta learn these things. You understand? But these are the security announcements. We are the ISUBK under Commander General Yohana, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Number 21, and Malachi 8 through 10, which means Ma'ashara in the Hebrew. 10% of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher and priest funds. It's the upcoming holy convocations. I don't know exactly what holy day coming up, but it's coming up. We got the barbecue coming up in New York soon. So we got the barbecue coming up in Las Vegas, which is the California barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you attend these barbecues and these events so you can start get to knowing the brothers and the sisters. So you can start to, you know what I'm saying, be in the school or whatnot. But if you can't make it ain't no sweat. You understand? But make sure you like, subscribe, and share the class. With that being said, shalom.